was just laughing about like our topic
because
today.
it's so pathetic, I
quite
swear
humorous.
to God. But anyway,
Yeah.
so for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we're sisters. We have been told many times that the stories that we talk about, just we need a show. And then we, in the last couple of episodes, which we'll link to so you can see them, although I think YouTube will definitely show them on the side. Anyway, we talked about, so she had a terrible ex-husband. So then she went on dating doctors and lawyers, which used to be a mother's dream.
Right.
But they were kind of crazy also. So now we're going to talk about, so you're dating, you're in your 50s, right? So you're dating people and you think surely someone else in their 50s would like me. But no, that's not the case.
No.
The case is that when you're in your 50s, they either, they're done. They don't want to raise any more kids, so they're going for younger women, right? They're going to go for younger women. Or, you know, they just, you're too old for them at this point. They don't want to deal with the nonsense. So then you go for older men who would think that you're the younger women.
Right.
But then you have to deal with, like, really...
They're all ill, you know, they could drop dead on you in a second.
Yeah,
especially in the bedroom. You don't want to have that on your, you know, conscience.
No.
I did date a 75-year-old. It was touch and go at one point.
I'm having chest pain.
You know, but he did survive, But I only went out with him because he did own a very, very prestigious apartment that a celebrity used to have. So I went out with him just to see the apartment. But yeah, he did jump on me within 10 minutes, and I was afraid that was going to be
Did the walker get in the way, or did he jump over the walker?
He kind of got me, like, on the couch, you know, but meanwhall, I'm looking around.
Was he able to get back up?
Not really. But yeah, I really didn't care. I was looking around at the artwork.
Was it gorgeous? Was it Picasso?
It was very, very high end. And he used to have a beautiful house in the Hamptons as well. But he was pretty disgusting in 74, but I figured, what the heck? You know, I'm 55. The 55-year-old men, they want the 45-year-old woman.
Not even 45, I would say 35.
Some of them like 35.
Okay.
And so I figured I'll either go much older and I'll be the trophy wife to a 75-year-old. Maybe he'll die relatively soon and I'll inherit a couple of dollars.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I got young kids, I got to put them in college. That was one thing. Or I go for the younger cubs just for the pure sex. Because my ex-husband would rather eat a sandwich than have sex with me.
Which is really abnormal for any male, because when you ask men about this, like, you know,
anything,
they'll jump on a giraffe. I mean, they don't care.
No, they don't care. Which is why I always thought he had some homosexual tendencies. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, not that there's... Of course there's nothing wrong with that. Seinfeld.
Yeah, but I figured maybe that was the reason why he could care less about me in that department. So I figured, you know what? Maybe I'm now going to have the time of my life. You know, I'm still active. I still put myself together. So I'll go out with the younger men and just enjoy their company in that way.
So how do you find these younger men out there? I mean, except, you know, if you're... Except like maybe coaches that are coaching or teachers that are teaching your kids. How do you find them?
The dumpster looks pretty full, so let's go see what's inside.
Well, I found a website because I had dated someone who was 10 years my junior. We went out a couple times, but I did find that he was married, so that was the end of it. But he only exclusively dated older women. And when I asked him where he found these older women, he told me of this particular website. So after we broke up and I found out he was married, I joined. Yeah, so that's how it began. I don't know if I can say the name of the website, but it is a very popular one where they're younger men, anywhere I'd say from 19 to like in their 30s. Some of them are in their early 40s, and then women kind of like, I guess, 40 to 70 on there. That's pretty much the demographic for that particular site. Yeah.
And so you were hoping you'd have more luck at least with that. And so you've dated a lot of those kind of people.
And originally I went on thinking, you know what, I'll date a 45-year-old. I'm 55. 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years up or down, what's the difference,
It's fine.
right? Yeah.
But there are not a lot of 45-year-olds on there. There are a couple. They're mostly in their 20s and in their early 30s, and they just want to experience an older woman.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
And that's what they're into. So I figured, let me try that because, you know, I have nothing to lose.
Right. And were they more normal than lawyers and doctors that we talked about?
Honestly, pretty much. They were pretty normal. But, you know, I kind of felt that at least I get out, you know, I don't have a man falling asleep on me after the one and done, which I can't stand.
Right.
Usually they don't snore. They're in relatively decent shape because once a man gets over 50, they just go to hell in a handbasket. I don't know what happens. The belly becomes huge. They're bald. They have issues. You know, they're farting all the time on you. I mean, you know, they have bathroom problems. They're peeing all night long. There's something always wrong with them. You know, and they get cranky, you know, a couple of them would just be on. So I said, let me just, like even you said, better to hang with the cubs than deal with the nonsense of the 55, 60-year-old men who aren't great anyway, and yet they want a 35-year-old and they suck in the bedroom.
I'm old, I don't,
Right. So you
that's how
tried
it's
that.
worked.
But
I tried
it didn't really work out.
I mean, not really. I mean, I had some fun. I had some good times. But, I mean, I am looking for something long-lasting. And I don't think a 30-year-old is going to want to be serious about a 55-year-old woman unless
Right.
they're really demented. And some of them are.
Come on, everybody, let's dance!
Yeah.
And I've had that. I mean, I dated a man who would always stiff me with the check. Oh, babe, you know, I lost a lot of money this week in the market. Can you pick up this check? Can you pick up that check? And it turns out that all checks were being picked up by me.
Where's my wallet?
Heard that before.
Yeah. I think my wallet might actually be outside, strangely enough.
This is awkward.
And, you know, eventually I said, honestly, I can't afford to go out with you anymore. I have 2 small children that, you know, will be in college soon. I can't afford to date you, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, that was his thing, you know. He was also quite a baby and would never sleep over unless he brought his pillow from home.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
think I remember something like that. He had to have his own pillow.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
like my pillow. He thought it was too flat. So he brought his own pillow, like, from his own room, because he never really moved out of the house.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
So
he
that's
was
a problem, too.
A mama's boy. Yeah, like I had a guy who was reasonably attractive. He had a mole. He had a ginormous hair growing out of it. I'm like, tweeze the hair out of your mole.
It's got to
You know,
get plucked.
Yeah, the mole is bad enough, but to have the hair growing out of it, that's like adding insult to injury.
It is.
But yet, he wouldn't do anything. And
Did you say, you can't say anything.
No.
What do you say?
no.
Do you say that, oh my God, it's time for some pruning,
No.
it's time for a haircut?
No.
I mean,
No.
you know,
You can't say
anything
anything,
like
and
that.
that's the
Or,
thing. Nowadays, people don't say anything. What they do is they ghost.
yeah,
Because
it's
if they
just they'd
don't-
rather get rid of you because you had hair and a mole,
Yeah.
and the situation could have been over with like a quick tweeze.
And it's not like I'm that shallow, but like I can't be repulsed with someone I'm going out with.
Right.
You know, like I went out with one guy who couldn't do enough for me, but he looked very much like Woody Allen, a younger Woody Allen, and I just couldn't imagine sleeping with him,
Yeah.
no matter what. And a couple of times I would try to liquor myself up. I had a couple of drinks, and you know, we were at my house or whatever, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And eventually I had to break up with him because I felt that it just wasn't going anywhere. Like, and I have to have some sort of physical protection
right,
to them, as
right.
most men
Right.
want with women.
Right. Wasn't there somebody who,
Yeah.
if there was like a piece of hair, even if it was yours on the
He was
sheets,
done.
it was
Yeah.
done for the night. It was
Yeah.
like pack up,
Yeah.
going back in my pickup, taking off down the block. I'm done for
Yeah.
the night.
Yeah, I
and,
gave-
and happy paws probably would have been convulsions.
No,
or
first
something.
of all, I had one man that I went out with. Every single time he came over my house to sleep over, the sheets had to be washed, dried, whatever. He would literally come into my bedroom, pull down the cover, and examine the sheets for hair.
Under the mattress. Under the mattress. Oh! Nothing under the mattress.
And if there was one piece of hair, it would set him off. One little hair, because he was crazed about that.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Worrying about that, especially with with your animals. It
Yeah.
sort of floats up in the air.
Yeah,
and you don't
it
know
could
where it's
fall
going to
down.
land. It
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
anywhere.
And every time I'd
So-
be like, I just took the sheets out of the dryer 5 minutes before you came over. But that wasn't good enough. So he would have a fit and would not want to sleep over. Or
Yeah.
would be like, what's that? You know, that's disgusting kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know,
bizarre.
and yet, you know, he was living in the bedroom that he grew up with, like from junior high.
Yeah.
But that was
That's not a
okay.
problem, you
But
know.
one little hair, you know, set him off.
Right, having like a, Farrah Fawcett poster behind him.
Yeah.
Or Star Wars from the 70s.
Yeah.
That's not going to do it.
No.
Going into someone's room where,
Yeah.
they're living in the 70s,
Yeah.
they've got like one of the princess phones or whatever. No!
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
But if
One
there's
hair.
so much as an eyelash
Yeah.
on a sheet,
Yeah.
that's going to cause a big
Oh,
problem
yeah.
where they're
Even-
going to just bolt out, and leave marks down the street.
Yeah.
Because of
He
something
would take
like that.
off so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of people
Yeah.
are,
He was nuts. And a couple of times, and this is really bizarre, like he would put these latex gloves on. He
What?
liked to wear latex gloves. Like when he was touching me in different areas.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know why.
Did he
but
want to be a
would, like,
doctor?
he
Was
would
this a
take
secret?
out the latex, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?" And
So you probably assumed
yeah,
something really horrible was going to happen.
yeah. I didn't know.
You
what
know,
he was
it's like
gonna
almost
do.
like being at the airport and they're like, I'm sorry, you can't go through the metal detector, and you see somebody putting on gloves,
Yeah,
and you're like, oh my God, is this going to be a strip search? What's going to happen to me?
He
Am I
would
going to
put
get
on
out of
the gloves.
this?
Yeah, that was his kink. He liked the gloves.
Why? You can't touch anybody with the latex gloves. And what if you were allergic to latex?
He enjoyed the latex gloves.
Were they colored? Were they blue?
They
were
were
they the
like
blue ones?
yellowish white. Yellowish white.
See, I hate the blue ones.
Yeah, no, they
The
weren't
doctors
blue.
use
They
the
were
blue
light.
ones
They
now.
were
I
light
hate
colored.
the blue ones.
But he
They're
liked the
pretty.
gloves. He liked the gloves.
And he had to put them on at all times. Did he touch himself with the gloves?
No, only me.
Only you!
Yeah, and my girlfriend would be like, "How dare he?" Like she would be like flipping out that he would dare put gloves on.
So, and that would be for anything. He had to have the gloves on. Did they stay on the whole night? Did they come off at any
No,
point?
they came off. He had a couple of sets with him usually.
Sets of gloves?
Sets of gloves. If he was spending like a couple of hours with me.
Did he bring stirrups?
No, he didn't bring the stirrups, but he did bring the gloves, and he was bizarre with that. And that was a no.
And that was to start it off. He had the gloves. But after, as soon as he got into it, the gloves came
the
off.
gloves sometimes will
So
come
literally the gloves came
off.
off.
The gloves
Came off.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the night.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with germs then, if the gloves eventually came off.
It was some sort of kink thing that he had. I don't know what he was doing with the gloves, but I remember the first time I thought, what the hell is going to happen now? But like, it got to be a routine that he liked the gloves, doing certain things with me that he felt more comfortable with the gloves, I guess. I don't know.
If he forgot the glove, what would happen?
Nothing would happen. He would just take
You
it
wouldn't
off.
have to go get like thick kitchen gloves or anything like that?
No,
like the
no.
ones
He would,
everyone
like-
has to do the dishes?
No, he would just go home and be like, I'm done with you, kind of thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So anyway, we're going to wrap up. As you can tell, there's a lot of oddities things out there. So if you have anything, put
Yeah.
something down in the comments below. Love to hear
We'd
about
love to
any
tell you.
odd
We'd love to find
dates.
out, like, if you're going through
Has
similar
anyone else
things.
gone through these
You know.
kind of weird things, or is
Is it
Long
just me?
Island, Long Island,
Yeah.
Long Island an exception to the rule,
Yeah.
or something? Has all the crazies just sort of like flown in and landed on the island and they can't get off? I mean, is that what's
Yeah.
happening? I mean,
Yeah.
does this happen in Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Does this
yeah.
happen in like
Yeah.
Skokie,
Yeah.
Skokie, Illinois, or Skokie?
Yeah,
Where is
yeah.
it? Where is it in Illinois?
Tokyo.
Something like
Yeah,
that. Something
yeah.
with, I'm thinking Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
This-
Long
this-
Island or, I mean, I used to live in Manhattan, but unfortunately I wasn't dating then. I never cheated on my ex, unfortunately. Now I think about it, I probably should have had somebody waiting in the wings like a lot of women do, but I wasn't like that, unfortunately. But like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me and, you know, I attract these weirdos. I don't know, so we want to hear from
Yeah.
you. Have
And
you
is it something that's
experienced
only happening in your 50s? I mean, women, if you're watching this in your 30s, is this happening to you too? In your 30s? Or is this really something that men behaving badly starts happening when you're dealing with a 50-year-old woman and you don't care anymore and you're just letting out your crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, or, you know, I'm going to
Yeah.
let out my crazy, she's
Yeah.
desperate, she's over 50,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care anymore,
Yeah,
you
her
know.
eggs are destroyed, you know her
Whatever.
shelf life
She's
is up.
lucky if she, you know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So let us know, and please like it down below if you enjoyed this video or found out anything, or if it made you laugh or made you feel less, you know, alone, that you know crazy things are happening out there. So just join us next time, and we will continue with the dating sagas.
Yes.